Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is all about raising your vibration. So first off, when I say raising your vibration, we are all energetic beings. So we're all vibrating at different frequencies. And you've probably experienced this where you might really connect with someone or you feel this like amazing energy when you're around them. You feel really inspired. And then on the other hand, there might be certain people that kind of pull you down from that feeling a little bit. So maybe you're in a great mood and you're around them and they're just like nagging and complaining. You can feel this heaviness in your energy. So vibration is a very real thing. And there are ways to consciously raise our vibration. And some of the benefits of that, I'll do another video for that, but just off the top of my head, feeling better, feeling happier, having a healthier immune system, which is really important right now, manifesting things easier into your life. Those are all benefits of having a higher vibration, because as the law of attraction will state, everything that we're putting out into the world, we are directly getting back in some form or fashion. And sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow, because I know I've manifested or attracted things into my life that I'm like, that's not at all what I want. However, I found that it was because I was focusing on it. You know, the law of attraction doesn't matter whether you're thinking positively or negatively, you are still attracting that into your life. So it's really, really important. I mean, that was a game changer for me along this journey, is just to really figure out where my vibration is and why I'm attracting certain things into my life. Maybe it's an unconscious feeling or self-doubt or whatever have you. It can really affect how you're experiencing life, the lens that you're seeing life in. So that being said, I have 6 ways that you can raise your vibration. And these are easy ways that we can all utilize. The first one is food, and really anything that we're putting into our body. You know, the less we can eat of processed food, heavier foods, chemicals, the better, because really that is draining our system. Just like, you know, if you have a Sunday fun day or maybe you had too much fun on Saturday, you have a hangover, you eat crappy food on Sunday, we've all done it. How do you feel on Monday? Not just physically ill, but a lot of times mentally bad, you know, like maybe emotionally we're feeling down, mentally we can't really focus. Everything just kind of seems blah, or even worse than that. Maybe we have a lot of anxiety. That's something that most people experience at some point. So when you think about the reasons for that, it's what we've put into our body. And it's, you know, not to say that you can't ever splurge and have an ice cream or whatever, some wine. It's just a matter of being conscious of how much that affects you. So really taking note of how you're feeling on a normal basis, just tapping into your body, and then noticing a theme. You know, if you're not feeling well certain times of the week or of the day, just kind of notice what you're putting into your body. The more fresh food you can eat, the better. The more raw food you can eat, the better. Not everything should be raw, but you know, those have a much higher nutrient density, as well as a higher vibrational frequency than even frozen foods or especially processed foods. So just keep that in mind. Food is one of the main ways what we're putting in your body. Our thoughts. And this is a tricky one, because sometimes it feels like you have absolutely zero control over your thoughts. And that can be the case if you don't train your brain. And for me, meditation is the best outlet for that. You know, if I am meditating every day, and even if that that doesn't have to mean sitting there, you know, for an hour each day, but even an active meditation, going outside and walking with no other distractions, no music or anything, that can even be a meditation for me. But a traditional meditation, you can do guided meditations or just a simple breath meditation where you are following your breath, you know, paying attention to the feel of your breath coming in and out of your body. Or even I like to do one outside the window sometimes. It's just notice, you know, take a few moments to notice each thing that you see. You know, if you're looking at a tree, just notice the color of the leaves and the textures. You know, that distracts your mind. So you're actually taking your focus into the present moment, which is also where we are manifesting from. So meditation really taking some control over that monkey mind is going to be a huge way to raise your vibration. The third, energy healing. This can be, I'm a Reiki Master, that's what my modality of choice, but there's a lot of different ways out there, a lot of different types of energy healing. And energy healing is amazing because it goes right to the source. So if you have any imbalances in your chakra system, which most people do, even from day to day, depending on what we're experiencing and thinking about, our feelings that come and go, that can really change, how balanced our chakras are. So incorporating some kind of energy healing, especially when you're feeling kind of low, or maybe you've had a really stressful month, maybe you've gone through a breakup, things that are naturally going to make you feel a little bit lower. Energy healing is a beautiful way to help clear out some of that, your energetic system. So in other words, you're not holding on to emotions, repressing those emotions or pushing it down so you can deal with it later, because let's be honest, who really deals with it later? Just be open to that. And, for energy healing to work, it is like anything else, even like with medicine, you have to believe it. You have to set the intention and then believe that it is working. So you're kind of using your mind to work with your body at that point. Let's see, the fourth one, movement. And this is one of my favorite ways. Years of training and yoga and all of that, like I just absolutely love moving my body. And there are times when I just don't have it in me to sit down and meditate. Maybe I'm just feeling a little stressed or it's not the right time. I have to respect that, but I'll find another way to get into some sort of meditation. So usually that for me is yoga. Ecstatic dance is an amazing way to do that, because instead of being more of a masculine dominated like metric system, like going to work out for a result, ecstatic dance just allows you to let your body completely move how it wants to. And what I've found with that is, like, sometimes there'll be movements that I've never even experienced or done, but it's because I have energy kind of built up in those areas that needs to be released. So it's just a really great way to get into your body, to bring some joy into your life, to let your mind take a rest, and then that naturally is going to raise your vibration. Some cool ways to do that would be first thing in the morning. If you, again, don't like sitting to meditate, maybe if that's just not very useful for you, put on some AirPods, turn up the music, put on a beautiful song that you just feel inside, like you really want to move to. And it's just a beautiful way to start your day, to just go ahead and get that energy moving. The fifth way is nature. Nature is so powerfully healing. And, a lot of times we don't really utilize that. Even if we're sitting outside, anytime you're outside, that's great. But if you're sitting on a patio with friends, as opposed to taking a walk through the woods, maybe by yourself, or sitting on your porch with no distraction, it's a much different experience. And back to the meditation that I'd mentioned, where you can, look out the window. If you're actually outside paying attention to the details in nature, you are connecting with it. You're connecting with that energy. And if you've ever gone on a camping trip or a beach trip or anything where you're able to just kind of tune out the rest of the world, maybe no cell phone, anything like that, you will experience this kind of extreme clarity and you just feel refreshed. And that is the power of nature. And you don't have to go on vacation for it. This can be done right in your backyard. But making that time, if you are someone who tends to have a really overactive mind, maybe right before you go to sleep, that's keeping you from sleeping, or you feel a lot of anxiety and stress, sometimes you don't even know where that's coming from, nature is key. Incorporate that every day, even if it's a few minutes. Something I love doing is when the weather's nice, having coffee outside on my porch in the morning, turning off all the distractions, and just letting my day start that way of, connecting with everything from listening to the birds sing, to the colors I'm seeing, to the feeling of the temperature. And it's just a nice way to ground yourself before the day starts. And that's also great, especially if you identify with being an empath or a highly sensitive person. Grounding yourself is key. So that's a great way to do that. And the last one is the people we associate with. And that can be a little tricky. You might work in an office with a lot of people, or just, have a lot of friends that you love being around. Make sure that you are kind of conscious of the people who are living in alignment with what you kind of accord with what you believe in. And it doesn't mean you have to believe in all the same things by any means, but if you are around someone, I think everybody's had a friend or a colleague or something at some point that they just kind of see the worst case scenario all the time. that can be really challenging to keep your vibration up, especially if you're more sensitive to this. And if you're on this journey of healing and like a spiritual journey, a spiritual path, you will find that you become way more sensitive to people's energies. So just be really conscious of who you're choosing to spend your time with, and setting those healthy boundaries for those relationships. As hard as that may be, it really is vital. And it's not, you do this out of love. It's not trying to shun anyone or, think that their way is wrong. And maybe you can even find a way to help them kind of see the glass half full instead of it being the other way around. But just make sure that you're grounded in a good place to be able to do that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and I'd love to hear feedback. So feel free to drop it in the comments, and I'll see you next time.